The ancients believed the trident had the power to tame the sea, that it could harness waves, quiet storms, and summon great beasts. For them, the sea was the end of the earth, where man confronted the unknown. And so it attracted certain men who forged their own path. To this day, they wield it skillfully in life's great struggles. They know what we've always believed. When you hold the trident, you awaken its soul.
Nella mia vita sono stata stimolata da molte persone, ma soltanto da un tipo di automobile. Per me, la sensazione provata guidando una Maserati è stata una delle fonti più costanti di piacere nella mia vita, e non ho dubbi che lo sarà anche per te. Sono veramente felice di aver passato la miglior parte della mia vita in gara e alla guida di quelle che per me sono le migliori vetture mai create. Credi a qualcuno che lo sa, i più fantastici chilometri sono tutti davanti a te.
This idea of putting a race car engine in a sedan was at the time really unheard of. And the idea came from a journalist in Modena, in Maserati's hometown, who went to the board and said, hey, why don't you guys put one of your fantastic performance engines, your race car engines, in a sedan? And that birthed the Quattroporte. Literally means 4 doors. And what they did is they put a 280 horsepower V8 capable of 143 miles an hour into a sedan. And it had heads of state, royalty, the most famous actors of the time, sportsmen, all lining up to get in this car. So when you look back at the Quattroporte and all the different generations of the car, one of the most important aspects is that it did combine the best of the performance world with the best of the luxury world. When you look at how the design of the current car is, this long, this low, wide design, when you look at the width of the tires, even the engine choices, 523 horsepower available, this is a car that's built not just to have the best performance numbers, but also to have the most exclusive materials in the world. Things like Xenia silk, the equivalent of 4 suits worth of silk on the interior of this car. It's something unheard of. You know, then as now, Maserati's building a car that really no one else is building. The new Quattroporte really does have a dual personality, and it sacrifices nothing in its aim to be not just one of the best performance cars on the road, but also one of the most luxurious cars on the road. When you look at this car and you look at what it's capable of, not only carrying 5 passengers in some of the best comfort out there, but a car that's capable of 193 miles per hour. A car that can brake in 112 feet. I mean, these are supercar numbers. One of the pillars of the Maserati brand is its exclusivity. When you look at the fact that there's 56 different interior combinations between the leather, between the stitch patterns, between the dash and the headliner, and that doesn't even count the additional 7 trims. So when you think about it, you have almost 400 different interiors to choose from. And Maserati, for model year 17 with the Quattroporte, actually takes it to the next level, where we introduced 2 new trims, the Gran Lusso trim and the Grand Sport trim. And both trims are designed really for the most discerning customers to create a different aesthetic. These are things that very, very few cars in the world can do. And Maserati captures it perfectly in the Quattroporte. So when I think of Italian design, the words that come to mind are assertiveness, aggressiveness, dynamism, even seductiveness. You know, you think of Italian designs as sexy. And even when you look back at the 1963 Quattroporte, a lot of these elements were there. You know, the thing about Italian design is it begs to be touched and looked at from different angles. And I think when you look at that character line, especially as it goes back to the rear flanks of the car, you see the interplay of the light and the shadows on that rear flank. You see how wide that is, and you see the aggressive, performance-oriented stance of the car. Italian design, it is a work of art. It's seductive, it's sexy, and that's one of the hallmarks of the Quattroporte design. And I think with model year 17, the design and the updates take that even to that next level. The cockpit is very much driver focused. You look at the all-new sport steering wheel, you look at the shift paddles, you look at the way the car engages you, even the choice of materials between the fine Zegna silk, between the premium natural leather. These are things that really engage the driver, and that's what the Maserati brand is all about. We have a lot of new safety features available. Things like blind spot assist, parking assist, those things are standard. But on the Gran Lusso trim, you also have some great features like adaptive cruise control, which can stop the car all the way down to 0 in stop and go traffic. Things like forward collision warning, lane departure warning, even autonomous braking. These are all standard on the Gran Lusso trim and available for the other Quattroporte models. So the new Quattroporte features a lot of new, what we'll call comfort features in the car. Brand new infotainment system, 8.4-inch touchscreen, fantastic and improved resolution, pinch and zoom technology. You've got the ability to do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, right out of the box. You also have a brand new rotary control knob that allows you to, again, interact with the car in a new way. The car also has a standard air quality sensor, which is going to measure the pollutant and the odor levels in the car and remove them. So I think the biggest thing about the Quattroporte from its genesis back in 1963 to today is it's never lost its goal or its aim of being one of the greatest performance cars in the world, as well as one of the greatest luxury cars in the world. It's a car that has retained its soul. It's a car that continues to engage its driver. When you look at society today, everybody's in a rush to go somewhere. The Quattroporte begs the driver to keep driving, to take that road less traveled, and to drive a couple extra miles in order to stay in that car and enjoy the driving experience.
Thank you for joining us for this celebration, 101 birthday of Maserati. We keep dreaming and innovating, and as much as we celebrate our past, we're looking ahead at the next few years with lots of excitement and confidence. confidence. We look back at a century of automotive history, but I have to say, never as in the last couple of years the company has been alive and innovating.
My story with Maserati started 2 years ago in Sicily. I was really seduced by the sound that was gonna kill me. As a musician, this is how I feel when I create music.
We believe in the power of art, and we believe in the power of creativity, and we really believe that that can change the world.
Its hungry muscles and cold, fixed eyes. Its claws stuck deep in the curve. It's the growl that shakes the gravel off the road. It pounds out a rhythm. It sends weaker creatures running. It escapes everything but its soul. Why did we build an SUV? That's the thing. We didn't. We built a Maserati.
Fast. We love it. Life at 140 characters or less. We date with our fingers. We kiss with emojis and type with our lips. We skip commercials, watch 6-second videos, and get overnight deliveries day of. Adrenaline junkies waiting for our next Wi-Fi fix. Until something really fast comes along and makes us slow down. From a place that knows about taking the time to craft something better. Generations blessed by an understanding that God is in the details. True beauty has a way of hitting our pause button. Sure, we love to go fast. But you have to take it slow to get there.
When we approached to the Levante, the challenge for the design team was to keep our distinctive identity, combining the main SUV features with our sporty heritage brand. Our past is the base of our design, and we are always linking with our past. We can see the same GT shape. On the Levante we can see also that the shape is made by the intersection between a center fuselage and four prominent fenders. The Maserati design born from contrast. You can see always something sporty and something luxury, something classic and something more technical. And so we can give inspiration from organic shape combined with the technical detail. Looking at the car, I think that I'm very proud about the front, the iconic front that is clearly inspired on the Alfieri design. I'm very proud about the size impression of the car because it's very compact. It's very dynamic, but in the same time achieve the main SUV features without forget the roominess, the ergonomic target, the ingress egress. So I think that is not a compromise.
To me, if you can create a product that's true to the brand, then you can be successful. When I think of the pillars of the brand, when I think of design, when I think of exclusivity, and when I think of performance, the pillars that Maserati is known for, the new Levante is all of those things. It's actually based on a modified platform of our Ghibli and Quattroporte sedans. So, you're starting with a platform that's already phenomenal. All-wheel drive is standard on the car. We've got an adaptive air suspension, which is standard. And when you think about what an SUV is used for off-road performance, for quite honestly hauling the kids around, so it's going to appeal to not only the sports car enthusiasts, but also the mom and the dad with the 2 and 3 kids. It's a car that is every bit a Maserati. It's every bit of a GT sports car, and it's just in the shape of an SUV. In that way, I think it actually carries on the heritage of everything Maserati is and everything we want to be moving forward while keeping true to our roots.
SQ4 all-wheel drive system, it reacts for you. If you're going around a turn and you start to slide, the car knows you're sliding, it knows you're going out of control, and it takes all precautionary measures to get you back on your trajected course.
It's comfortable, it's fast, it's fun, it's easy to drive.
The active intelligent all-wheel drive system is very smart. It's a rear-wheel biased all-wheel drive. It learns the driver, it learns the road conditions, it knows what's going to happen seconds before you do.
Sitting in a Maserati, so you feel awesome, you feel on top of the world, but also you feel incredibly safe and comfortable.
This is a humble basement, an underground space turned workshop that witnessed the genial output of man, so unique that it deserves an engraved stone plaque. The Maserati brothers, huddled in the dark of night, planned to take on the giants of racing. Behind closed doors, in a nondescript location hidden in a back alley, they sketched, they calculated, they bent metal, they machined steel, they riveted panels and prepared. They toiled and they sweat every detail until, come race day, they quietly emerged out of the shadows to win. They were ambitious. They knew in their hearts they would be victorious, but didn't realize that, generations later, their spirit of determination, their desire to surprise, would still drive us. Yes, we may be small, but we have Maserati blood running through our veins. We have prepared, and now we strike.
Off-road. First of all, I drove it on the track and I just thought it was a race car. Then I took it off-road and the utility of it was unbelievable.
We tried the Levante, that is the new car, the SUV. It was great because you could test the cars, the brakes, the acceleration.